Your car says, "Key not detected," right after you changed the fob battery, and now it won't start. You're worried you erased the key's programming. No, you almost certainly did not erase the key. The problem is almost always a simple physical issue inside the fob, not a software glitch. Your vehicle's computer stores the key's unique code in non-volatile memory, meaning it doesn't get wiped out when the fob battery is removed. The warning message just means the fob isn't getting power to send its signal, which points directly to a problem with how the new battery is installed. First, carefully pop the fob case open again and check the battery's orientation. The most common mistake is installing the new CR2032 or CR2025 coin cell upside down. Look for a tiny plus symbol stamped into the plastic housing, and make sure the positive side of the battery, which is the large, flat face with the numbers, is facing the correct contact. Reversing the polarity means the fob gets 0 power. Next, pull the battery out and look for a hidden sticker. Many new batteries, particularly from Duracell, have a nearly invisible, clear protective plastic film or a bitter-tasting coating applied to one side as a safety measure. This sticker acts as a perfect insulator, blocking the electrical connection. Peel it off completely, then wipe both sides of the battery with a clean, dry microfiber cloth to remove any fingerprint oils that could weaken the contact. Now, look at the small metal contact prongs inside the empty fob housing. It's very easy to accidentally flatten these delicate tabs when prying the old battery out. If a contact isn't pressing firmly against the battery, the circuit is open and the fob will be dead. Use the tip of a small screwdriver to gently pry the contacts upward, just a millimeter or two, restoring enough spring tension to ensure a solid connection. Finally, after putting the clean, correctly oriented battery back in, snap the two halves of the fob case together firmly. Don't just give it one squeeze. Press along the entire seam until you hear a series of solid clicks. If there's even a small gap, the battery may not be compressed tightly enough against the circuit board, causing the fob to fail. If you've tried all that and the fob still seems dead, there is a final test to prove the programming is still good. Take the key fob and physically press its nose directly against your vehicle's start-stop button. With your foot on the brake, use the fob itself to push the button. This uses a passive induction coil via near-field communication, or NFC, to energize the immobilizer chip inside the fob without needing any battery power. If the car starts, you have 100% proof that the key is still programmed correctly. Skipping these simple physical checks is what often leads to an unnecessary trip to the dealership, where you might pay for a diagnostic fee or a reprogramming service that you never actually needed. Before you assume the worst, open that fob back up. The solution is almost always a simple physical fix you can do in less than 5 minutes.